aggravated abuse. Now you will hear from her.
Kelly was indicted before a Cook County grand jury on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 victims.
Now,
the first victim, H.W., was involved in incidents which occurred between May 26, 1998 and May 25, 1999. A grand jury returned an indictment on 4 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse based on the victim being under the age of 17 and Robert Kelly being more than 5 years older than the victim. The victim met Robert Kelly on her 16th birthday, where she was celebrating at a restaurant. At that encounter, the victim told Robert Kelly it was her 16th birthday that day. Robert Kelly's manager then gave the victim Robert Kelly's business card with Robert Kelly's personal cell phone number written on it and told the victim Robert Kelly wanted her to call him. The victim's mother heard this and took the card and told Robert Kelly's manager that the victim was only 16. The victim later got that card from her mother's purse and called Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly told the victim to come to his studio. Robert Kelly told the victim after her dad dropped her off at school, she could take a cab to his studio. The victim followed Robert Kelly's instructions. At that first encounter at Robert Kelly's studio, located at 865 North Larrabee in Chicago, Cook County, Illinois, Robert Kelly had difficulty maintaining an erection and penetrated the victim repeatedly vaginally and orally. Afterwards, Robert Kelly told the victim to get an envelope with money from the receptionist and that the victim assumed that that money was to pay for the cab rides to and from Robert Kelly's studio. The envelope contained a large sum of money, more than was needed to pay for the 2 cab rides. The victim had similar sexual encounters about once a month with Robert Kelly from May 26, 1998 to May 25, 1999. The second victim, R.L., was involved in an incident which occurred between September 26, 1998 and September 25, 2001. A grand jury returned an indictment on 2 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse based on the victim being under the age of 17 and Robert Kelly being more than 5 years older than the victim. In 2001, a witness had conversations with Robert Kelly and Robert Kelly's associates, where the witness was asked to retrieve videotapes showing Robert Kelly having sexual intercourse with the victim in this case when she was only 14 years old. The witness obtained that video and watched it. The witness eventually turned this video over to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office through his attorney. The witness has identified the girl in the video as the girl he knows to be the niece of S.E. Additionally, the witness identified the scenes from the video as having been from Robert Kelly's house located at 1 Merros Lane, Olympia Fields, Cook County, Illinois. In the video, the victim repeatedly says she is 14 years old, and Robert Kelly is seen penetrating the victim orally and vaginally, and the victim performs oral sex on Robert Kelly. S.E. has identified the girl in the video as her niece, the victim in this case. The third victim, L.C., was involved in an incident which occurred on February 18, 2003. A grand jury returned an indictment on 1 count of aggravated criminal sexual abuse based on the transmission of semen by Robert Kelly upon any part of the body of the victim for the purpose of sexual gratification during the course of the underlying forcible felony of aggravated criminal sexual assault attempt. On February 18, 2003, at 865 North Larrabee Street in Chicago, Cook County, Illinois, the victim was 24 years old and worked as a hairdresser for Robert Kelly. While the victim was waiting alone in a room for Robert Kelly to come in so she could braid his hair, Robert Kelly entered saying he didn't want his hair braided that day. He wanted his head massaged. At the time he said this, Robert Kelly had his pants pulled down and he was pointing to his penis. Robert Kelly grabbed the victim by the head and tried to force her mouth onto his exposed penis, but the victim was able to resist. Robert Kelly then masturbated and ejaculated onto the victim and spit in her face several times. The shirt the victim was wearing was submitted to the Illinois State Police for DNA testing, and the semen was identified on the shirt.
Wow.
The male DNA identified
some very graphic, very detailed explanation of the charges. What Kim Fox, the Cook County State's attorney, said in the courtroom, trying to keep Richard Kelly, from getting bail. Failed to do that. There was $1 million.
Yo, shut up, lady.
As we monitor the rest of her press conference, I want to go back to Sarah Seidner. There's obviously a lot to digest. Sarah, the video that she is talking about is the one that you have seen. Thanks to Michael Avenatti, and we won't, you talk about as the specifics as much as you can or really want to, but I think one of the many things that I saw and heard that was new, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, is how brazen he allegedly was, that it was during the trial on this very subject, which he beat, but back in 2003, the trial for allegedly having sexual encounters with a minor, that he
we're going to talk about all of this.
A minor outside the courthouse. I mean, that's just incredible.
Yes, that is a good way to describe it. It is one of those details in this case that certainly, for those who don't know the case, has people, their jaws dropping. But if you had watched the Surviving R. Kelly series, the girl is in that series. She talks about having met him. She talks about when she met him. She cries on camera saying that she was abused. That girl talks about she met him outside of this case. This is those who have accused R. Kelly, a modus operandi, if you will. There were people accusing him of hanging out outside of high school and trying to pick women up there. And these accusations have been going on for decades now. We do want to, again, warn you that the details of this case, because of what they are, and we're talking about aggravated sexual abuse, including aggravated sexual abuse of minors, this is extremely explicit stuff, sexually explicit stuff. So I think it will be hard for the audience to listen to some of these details when we're talking about minors that are being engaged this way. You heard the state's attorney talking about the details. I do want to, to let you know that there are families here. I am looking right now at a family who is here. They were hoping to be able to speak with their daughter. They were unable to do so. The mother, one of her name is Azriel Clary. The mother is in tears holding her husband, and they are having a moment here at court. But this has been an emotional time for so many people, certainly for R. Kelly and his folks, too, who are here, who proclaim his innocence. His attorney says his client is innocent of the charges. We should have some sort of other hearing on February 25th, and that is Monday, Dana.
Sarah, thank you so much for breaking that all down and staying on top of it there. We'll get back to you. I want to bring back Carolyn Polisi. Carolyn, what are your initial thoughts on what we've heard from the state's attorney and reporting from Sarah?
Yeah, it's just disgusting. It's very hard to listen to, quite frankly, Dan.
Really quick, I'm going to pull up the press conference on another channel. I'm going to let this play while I'm looking it up. All right, I'll be back.
Is the one, if you watch the documentary, the young girl who was an avid R. Kelly fan who appeared day after day. She cut school to go to his trial, the first trial for child pornography charges. And she says in that, in the documentary, she thought he was innocent, and then he approached her, she approached him at the courthouse, I think, Dana. I mean, it's just the audacity. This guy thought he was untouchable. He did a number of interviews thereafter, when somebody asked him, do you like teenage girls? And he said, define teenage. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. So I think that a lot of people feel vindicated, even as we are at this step. Obviously, we don't have a conviction yet, but this is just a day of reckoning, and as Sarah said, very emotional for the alleged victims' families there, emotional for, the parents of alleged victims who aren't necessarily, crimes aren't being prosecuted against R. Kelly because the women are now of age, but, there's a couple there whose parents feel that the daughter is being held against their will, essentially as, a sexual slave. So it's just unimaginable, absolutely unimaginable.
It is, and audacity is the perfect word to
fight for his life. Mr. Greenberg needs to pull his head out of his ass and start defending his client as opposed to making personal attacks on me and the victims in this case.
Should we rewind back?
To antagonize me and the victim.
Wait, what's going on? What's going on? What is this crap? Am I on the right channel? Come on, damn it, Charlotte. Damn. Get back to R. Kelly. What are y'all doing? What are they doing?
Well, it's a very emotional moment for them. I firmly believe that their daughter has been brainwashed by Mr. Kelly and his handlers. I think it's disgraceful that Mr. Kelly came here today, had his enablers and his handlers come here today with an eye towards keeping their daughter from them, from communicating with them. As they attempted to communicate with her in the courtroom, they moved the daughter away from them and shielded her from her own parents. It's an absolute disgrace. They brought those two young ladies here today for the cameras. They brought them here in an effort to send the message that all is well with Robert Kelly and there's nothing untoward about his conduct. It's an absolute disgrace, and it's a disgusting display what we witnessed here today. These young ladies should be permitted to speak with their parents, period.
Mr. Greenberg questions the tape's existence as he wasn't allowed to see it. What is your response to that?
Well, obviously the tape exists. I mean, we heard about it in court. I've been talking about the tape for some time. I don't traffic in nonsense and innuendo. If I say something, you can take it to the bank. And I've been talking about this tape for some time. It clearly exists. We turned it over, and it depicts exactly what I said it depicted yesterday in detail. There is also a scene on the tape during which Mr. Kelly engages in choking the 14-year-old victim, as well as other simulated sexual acts, which I'm not going to get into the detail of.
Choking him, though, R. Kelly?
Abhorrent.
What are your thoughts on the bond? $1 million bond, people who found it out.
Well, obviously, we wish the bond would have been much higher or there would have been no bond. I'm not surprised by the result. But I will say this. If Mr. Kelly and his enablers and his handlers engage in the obstruction of justice and witness tampering that they did back in 2008, and if we catch wind of it, we're going to bring it to the attention of the state attorney's office, and we're going to hope that his bond is withdrawn and he's taken back into custody for the duration of the matter.
Is that a real concern of yours, that there would be intimidation or witness tampering because of what you may perceive that occurred the last time you were here?
Well, it's not that I perceive that that's what happened the last time. I know for a fact that that's what happened the last time. There's no question about it. There was rampant witness intimidation, obstruction of justice, paying witnesses, destroying evidence, tampering with evidence. The list goes on and on. That is a significant concern that I have in connection with this case, that my clients have in connection with the case, and we're going to do everything in our power to guard against it, to make sure that 2019 is not a repeat of 2008, and the trial on these very serious charges is not rigged. Anything else?
Michael, you were talking about the witness tampering from 2008. I know you said you had a lot of evidence of this. Is this going to be brought to the forefront, possibly even trying, possibly try that case based on the information we have?
I don't think it's possible to retry that case, but I think that it is possible that there may be obstruction of justice charges ultimately brought against Mr. Kelly or certain of his enablers, handlers, managers, attorneys, and the like. He was not able to accomplish this on his own. He had a lot of people that assisted him, and they did so for one reason, and it's a disgusting reason. It was all done in the interest of money, to make sure that the golden goose was not killed, and effectively that each of these people, these managers, agents, attorneys, and others, continued to get their payday while they looked the other way, while this predator molested and sexually abused underage girls. And it's absolutely disgusting to do that, let alone in the interest of money. One more question. Thank you.
Wow. Damn, he walked off. I wonder if anybody else gonna talk. I think they got R. Kelly now, though. I think he's done. I think he's done. Hold on, let's see if there's anything else left. I wish CNN wouldn't have cut away from the chick. She was getting down and dirty with it. You know, he's always been a nasty motherfucker to me, man. That Surviving R. Kelly, if you haven't seen it, it's some disgusting shit. Like, if you hear, like, you know, especially the people that, like, allegedly walked in on him while he was smashing that 14-year-old Aaliyah. What the fuck is going on in the world? And I say it again, just like OJ, because he was black, a lot of black people was like, well, they just let that shit slide. That's the girl. That's the chick. Oh, wait, hold up. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Damn. Hold up. That's the chick right here. That's her. She was on Surviving R. Kelly. She's the one that was, he had got out of court, saw her. She was like a big fan of his. She got out of court. I mean, he got out of court, saw her, got her phone number, and then ended up smashing her. It's crazy. After he gets out of court while having an open case. But we all knew. Everybody been talking about it like, yo, they're going to get him soon. They're going to get him. They're going to get him. And now look. They're going to make an example out of him. Do you think R. Kelly will be in PC? Nah, he ain't going to be in no PC. Oh, yo, oh, yeah, yeah. No, he ain't going to be in that population. He rich. Well, he not really rich. He just got a big name. He not rich no more. He got all that debt. All those payouts. Yeah, it happened in the Boondocks. Yeah. It happened in the Boondocks. They made an example out of Cosby. They sure did. And I did not want to believe it. Let me tell you, but then the women kept coming out. I'm like, Bill, what the Bill? They kept coming out. Oh, this asshole right here is standing in the way. They're trying to get the shot. Move out the way, dude. Move out the way, guy. So she's back there. Like, there she go. Move, 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 move. There she go. So we're going to check back over CNN because they're supposed to be talking to one of the victims' families or something. Do I have CNN up? Wait, why is this not live? What's going on? Oh, let me go check over on CNN because they're supposed to be talking to somebody. Let's see. So they could be, I think she's there. This is live. I think, look, that's the CNN chick right there with the orange on. She's trying to get the victim. That's the chick. So they must be setting up for an interview. That's her walking around. She's stalking her. That's her walking around. Who is this guy? Go up there, get on the mic, talk some shit.
Afternoon, everybody. What a lovely way to spend a Saturday afternoon, right? So we're very happy with the bond that the judge set. I think it's fair and reasonable given the allegations. We hope that Mr. Kelly's able to get the money together and post bond sometime.
Oh, I did y'all dirty.
And he'll be released. We're going to see the chief judge on Monday. For those of you who are from out of town, the way cases work here is you go to bond court, then the case is assigned to the chief judge, which is actually the room just over there, and he then assigns the case to a trial courtroom upstairs in this building in our courthouse, which was actually built for Al Capone when he was charged years ago. In any event, so we'll get our judge on Monday. After we get assigned to a judge, we'll get what they call discovery, copies of police reports, video if it exists, lab reports and so forth. Might happen Monday. Sometimes it takes a little while to get that stuff. Sometimes it takes a long time to get that information. And then we'll be in a better position to evaluate the evidence. You know, right now he's presumed innocent. We haven't seen any reason to believe that these allegations are credible. I heard about them. I heard about sort of the narrative of them for the first time today, the same time all of you did. And I can tell you that in listening to it, there certainly are problems with the cases. One lady coming forward, you know, decade plus later, claiming she had non-consensual sex, no outcry, nothing like that, and the things we look for in these cases. But we'll wait and see what the evidence is. We'll evaluate the evidence. We're putting together a team of attorneys to defend him. One of them is camera shy, Steve Fine. He's in the back over there, and we'll start fighting the charges. You know, when I first met Mr. Kelly, it was because there have been problems. This is someone who should be wealthy at this stage of his career, and through mismanagement and through people hangers on and bad contracts and bad deals and bad leases like he had in his studio, he really doesn't have any money at this point. I don't even think he owns the rights to I Believe I Could Fly. Yes, I think he'll be able to come up with the money for bond. It's Saturday, it's a little bit difficult. You've got to get a bank, you've got to get $100,000, but hopefully he gets out today. Some people are working on that now. We don't have, for the out-of-town media, you're one of, for the out-of-town media, we don't have bail bondsmen in Illinois. In Illinois, they got rid of bail bondsmen back in the 60s. Everyone can guess why they did that. So here, a bond is set, so the judge set bond at $1 million, and he knows when he sets that Mr. Kelly has to post 10% of that amount. So essentially it's a $100,000 bond, which is exceedingly reasonable given these allegations.
So you're saying despite our Kelly's saying he doesn't have $100,000 sitting around in the bank?
He's trying to get it together. He doesn't have it sitting in the bank, sitting in a shoebox, sitting anywhere, no.
Mr. Greenberg, I reported Thursday for the New Yorker. There is a sitting grand jury in the Southern District that is issuing subpoenas. The 25-member Homeland Security.
Are you the former record guy?
I'm the one you ignore. My name is Jim DeRogatis.
Okay.
There's a 25-member squad in Homeland Security investigating violations of the Mann Act and sex trafficking. And I hear Paul Howard is about to have a press conference soon about indictments in Atlanta. All these people talking to all these investigators, they're all liars. I just want to make sure I got that right, because that's what you've been saying.
I am not aware of any federal grand juries that are looking into Mr. Kelly. Federal grand jury investigations are supposed to be secret.
So was this?
So, well, it was supposed to be secret. So you've got better sources than I have. I'm not aware of anything in Atlanta. If they make allegations, we'll address the allegations. You know, he's presumed innocent. He's entitled to that presumption, not to be tried in the media, to have his day in court.
So you don't know anything about any other investigation?
I'm unaware of any other investigations. I haven't been contacted by any prosecutors from any jurisdiction anywhere. I haven't been contacted by any attorneys saying that they're representing a witness who's received a grand jury subpoena, anything like that.
I should tell you your name later.
Ooh.
Well, certainly we know one of the allegations apparently involves the same alleged victim as the earlier case. I wasn't involved in the earlier case. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to have to make a determination. Is it the same incident? Is it a different incident? It's not just a question of is it the same tape or is it a different tape. It's a little bit deeper than that. We'll look at the evidence, we'll evaluate it, and we'll make that determination. I have not seen that tape. I only know what you guys know about it.
Are you here to argue that it was not consensual or that it just didn't happen?
I'm not sure exactly what our defenses are going to be. Each case is different. There's 4 different factual scenarios. We're going to look
You
at.
said they were all liars yesterday, so I mean, that would indicate it didn't happen.
Well,
Can you look this way? Or you
I'm
look your answer?
Sure. So you want to repeat your question? So
Yesterday you called the accusers liars, so that would indicate that the events did not happen.
no, that wouldn't necessarily indicate events didn't happen. That would indicate that they weren't criminals. So for instance, we heard today about some lady who says that he went there for a haircut and forced her to give him oral sex. That may have been a consensual encounter, I don't know. I haven't seen the evidence on it. That's why we don't. That's why
14, it can't be consensual.
Well, that's why I haven't seen any evidence of any 14-year-old victim. There's an allegation of a 14-year-old victim. I haven't seen any evidence of it. So that's why we have a process. That's why we have a charge, and we have a prosecutor, and we have a defense attorney, and we have a judge, and we have a jury, and we look at the evidence, and we figure out what we're going to do. And that's what we do.
Is he going to be here on Monday?
He has to be at every court date.
So he will when you meet with
Yeah, he has to be at every single court date. Yes.
including Monday.
Yes. Yeah, Monday's a very important date because who your judge is one of the most important things that happens in your case, as everyone knows.
Frame of mind. I mean, these are far broader charges than he faced from the 2002 arrest. You had 4 alleged victims here. You heard some of the detail in court, the pretty damning stuff. The docuseries is out there, and he's been dogged by this kind of stuff for almost 20 years. What's his mood?
Well, I mean, obviously,
He's kind of facing felonies here.
he's upset. It's obviously more difficult because there's 4 separate cases, and last time there was only 1 case. But each case is different, and we'll address them as they come along. But he's devastated. Here is someone who at one point was a huge star, and now he's sitting behind bars. Even if it's just for a day, he's got these accusations. He's not going to be able to tour, and people, unfortunately. There's this whole hashtag movement. Just because someone says something now and it's 2019,
The Me Too movement.
Make them credible.
Notice how he didn't say it.
And just because they said something now and they haven't said something in a long time, it doesn't necessarily make them incredible. We have to look at the evidence. We have to look at what happened. I know on one of the cases, there are a number of interviews where the young lady says, "I lied about how old I was. I lied to him about how old I was." And then recently said, "Oh no, I lied about lying about how old he was." We'll have to look at it.
Showed him the ID, the fake ID, and showed him the real ID. Don't misquote a victim, Mr. Greenberg. Don't misquote a victim. That's not what she said.
Well,
she initially lied to him, then she showed him a state ID. She was here today.
You are Kelly.
Shh. While the charges were read.
So you have a book coming out, and
Yeah, it's
I
got
hope
facts in it.
I hope you sell lots of books.
I don't give a fuck about selling a single book. I've talked to that woman, and I've talked to 47
What else is
others.
your question?
I'm not Mr. Abnati, and I'm not you.
Okay, so let's try and keep it professional,
I mean,
and
look,
don't
you just called
don't
the victim
swear at
who
me.
cried in court a liar.
Oh shit.
If they cry doesn't make them truthful. And so we're going to look at the evidence, okay? We'll look at the evidence, and we'll look at the evidence. Let's keep it. Let's watch the swearing, okay?
I'm sorry. You're upset.
As being legal or not criminal, would you also defend his character? What do you have to say about R. Kelly's character?
Well, if these allegations are proven to not be true, and these were consensual encounters, certainly the encounters on some of their charges, then we shouldn't be second guessing someone's sex life. I mean, frankly, there's been a lot of talk about how he has these hostages in his house. They were here in court today, these 2 young ladies. They were with him yesterday walking in front of the media. The police have been by to see them. The police have interviewed them. They interviewed them in Atlanta. They interviewed them in Chicago. They didn't say they were hostages at all, but people keep saying these people are hostages. We're going to wait. We're going to see what the evidence is. He's entitled to a presumption of innocence. We'll evaluate all the evidence. I'm sure we'll have some conversations with the prosecutors, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. I can't tell you today what our defense is going to be, what we're going to do, what's going to happen on any case. It may be that 2 of the cases resolve themselves and 2 of the cases go to trial. It might be all 4 go to trial. It might be that all 4 resolve themselves. There's too many moving parts to be able to say anything one way or the other.
Is his character part of his defense? And if so, how would you...
Well, character is not, in Illinois, you can't introduce character evidence except for truthfulness. So, for instance, to take an example of someone who's on trial for bank robbery, and if they have 3...
I gotta take that old-ass banner down.
You can't say, well, his character is he's a bank robber. He's done it before.
Heavy D, shut up.
You can't say, his character's really not at issue here. They're not going to hear about his character. They're going to hear about the facts of the case. They're going to hear the evidence, and they're going to evaluate it. He has to. He has to attend each and every court date. That's an absolute requirement.
See, how was his night in jail? Did he fit the general population? Were there any incidents?
No, I want to say, and I don't know if I've ever said this before, I want to compliment the Chicago Police Department for the way they treated him last night. They were very professional. The Sheriff's Office has been great. Obviously, they have concerns if something happens to him while he's in custody. It would be a problem for them. But they held him separately in a separate cell, and then they took him back after court today. Okay? One more question.
Are you aware whether you're getting cooperation, whether the victim on the videotape is cooperating with prosecutors? If she is the victim from the 2008 trial, she was not helpful with the prosecutors. Do you know?
I would assume that who's ever on the tape, or whoever they think is on the tape, someone is saying it's them on the tape, or they wouldn't bring those charges. I think that's a fair assumption. I know from the earlier trial that the alleged young lady and her parents all testified under oath that it was not her on the tape. Okay. I heard what you heard, so I heard what I heard. I hope so.
How do you respond to the DNA evidence?
Ooh.
Well, the DNA evidence is on the 2009-2010 allegations. They didn't say that there was positive DNA. They're in the process of doing the testing. The only other DNA evidence was from the young lady who claimed that she performed oral sex on him. She was an adult at the time, and she said nothing, as far as I can tell, about that encounter until very recently, although it was some 15 or 20 years ago.
See, if R. Kelly doesn't have $100,000 to bond out, bail out of jail, how is he paying you? What arrangements are you guys making?
That's none of your business.
Oh, really? Pro bono, maybe?
Okay?
Shit getting crazy. That one guy was pissed.
Did he force them to have sex? Yes. He did not force anyone to have sex. He doesn't have, he's a rock star. He doesn't have to have non-consensual sex. He's a musician.
He said he's a rock star.
And it's an accusation. So we're going to look at the evidence and we're going to see where it takes us. Okay? Everyone have a nice day. Thank you.
He said he's a rock star. Is R. Kelly a rock star? Yeah, that reporter was on some shit. That one dude, the Michael Moore looking dude. Is anybody else gonna hit the podium? Anybody else gonna hit the podium? No? Everybody grabbing their mics? Oh yeah, that's it. Anybody else hitting the podium? I'm gonna start showing up to joints like this. Yeah, I'm gonna start showing up to press conferences and shit. I'm out of here, man. I'm done with. I'm not done with boxing. Who am I kidding? But actually, oh wait, that's the CNN shit. She looking for the family. She trying to do the interview with the lawyer. That's her in the red. So we gotta look her. She got a little cake too back there. She's thick as fuck. So what's up with y'all, man? Let's talk for a little minute. We're doing some new things around here, as I've been hinting at for a long time. So I'm going to pepper in like content like this with my boxing, you know, and we're going to be serious about it. We're going to we're going to be serious about it. So this whole thing, this whole format is going to change, you know. Well, it's going to be different for this world news stuff here. Let's go back a little bit to the
amount of trouble. I'm going to take questions.
Hold on.
Basic.
Now listen to this.
The same videotape.
You got to listen to this guy right here. This is, if I'm correct, is this the prosecutor? This should be the prosecutor. If I'm correct, this guy is the prosecutor. And he came on before R. Kelly's lawyer, who we just saw. So this guy is pissed because R. Kelly's lawyer is basically calling the victims liars and shit. No, we're gonna talk about it. Now, see here. Here's the thing. Obviously, you know, I've been a victim of like women lie. They do lie. But in R. Kelly's case, do people really believe him? Come on, man. I think he did that shit. Truth be told. Like, he's something always about him, just like, you know, he just a weirdo. He just some weird old head with, you know, well, he don't got no money no more. So right now, he's trying to get his hands on $100,000. They're saying he's sitting to try to get his hands on $100,000. It is really bad for my man. I wonder where he been staying at. But then again, remember we saw like he put a video up on his Instagram like a year or 2 years ago when he was watching like the game on this little ass TV that was mounted on the wall. I was like, this motherfucker hit some bad times, but fuck him. He's a fucking, you know, what do y'all call it over in the UK? A nonce. He's a pedo. No, actually, the right term is, what is it? Pedophiles are like prepubescent and shit, like 9 years old or something. What is he? What is he called? The Pied Piper, motherfucker. He deserved everything he get. Let's listen to this guy. This guy's pissed. This guy right here, he gonna start cursing up a storm. He is pissed. He is pissed.
Depicting the same criminal acts at issue in the 2008 trial. That is an outright lie. Mr. Greenberg knows that the tape at issue does not involve the same acts at issue in the 2008 trial. As I referenced yesterday, that tape, which we provided earlier this month, includes 2 scenes shot on 2 separate days at Mr. Kelly's home. It does not include the same footage at issue in the 2008 trial. The basic law of double jeopardy does not prevent Mr. Kelly from being charged for other acts separate and apart from those with which he was charged with in 2008. Any basic criminal defense lawyer and even many non-lawyers understand that concept. Mr. Greenberg's client is in a fight for his life. Mr. Greenberg needs to pull his head out of his ass and start defending his client as opposed to making personal attacks on me and in this case. If he continues to antagonize me and the victims in this case, Mr. Kelly is even in more trouble than he already is, and he is already in an insurmountable amount of trouble. I'm going to take questions.
Any reaction from the players as far as seeing their daughter decide to play?
Well, it's a very emotional moment for them. I firmly believe that their daughter has been brainwashed by Mr. Kelly and his handlers. I think it's disgraceful that Mr. Kelly came here today, had his enablers and his handlers come here today with an eye towards keeping their daughter from them, from communicating with them. As they attempted to communicate with her in the courtroom, they moved the daughter away from them and shielded her from her own parents. It's an absolute disgrace. They brought those 2 young ladies here today for the cameras. They brought them here in an effort to send the message that all is well with Robert Kelly and there's nothing untoward about his conduct. It's an absolute disgrace, and it's a disgusting display what we witnessed here today. These young ladies should be permitted to speak with their parents, period.
Mr. Greenberg questioned the tape's existence as he wasn't allowed to see it. What is your response to that?
Well, obviously the tape exists. I mean, we heard about it in court. I've been talking about the tape for some time. I don't traffic in nonsense and innuendo. If I say something, you can take it to the bank. And I've been talking about this tape for some time. It clearly exists. We turned it over, and it depicts exactly what I said it depicted yesterday in detail. There is also a scene on the tape during which Mr. Kelly engages in choking the 14-year-old victim, as well as other simulated sexual acts, which I'm not going to get into the detail of. because they're so abhorrent.
What are your thoughts on the bond? $1 million bond, $200,000 without.
Well, obviously, we wish the bond would have been much higher or there would have been no bond. I'm not surprised with the result. But I will say this. If Mr. Kelly and his enablers and his handlers engage in the obstruction of justice and witness tampering that they did back in 2008, and if we catch wind of it, we're going to bring it to the attention of the state attorney's office, and we're going to hope that his bond is withdrawn. I don't think it's possible to retry that case, but I think that it is possible that there may be obstruction of justice charges ultimately brought against Mr. Kelly or certain of his enablers, handlers, managers, attorneys, and the like. He was not able to accomplish this on his own. He had a lot of people that assisted him, and they did so for one reason, and it's a disgusting reason. It was all done in the interest of money, to make sure that the golden goose was not killed, and effectively that each of these people, these managers, agents, attorneys, and others, continued to get their payday while they looked the other way, while this predator molested and sexually abused underage girls. And it's absolutely disgusting to do that, let alone in the interest of money. One more question. Thank you.
Yeah, the shit is sad, man. The shit is sad. It's sad. The chick is over here. You got this man going around spitting on little girls and pissing on them. He's spitting and pissing on them. Like, I don't get how people just think that shit is like, my God. I don't get how people just think that shit is cool. And they were supporting him. You know? That's her right there. She was on Surviving R. Kelly. Once again, she was a fan when she was young. She used to be outside the courthouse, like, rallying for him and shit. One day he got her number, and, you know, it's crazy, man. We're going to chill for a little bit longer. Then I got to get to the Bermain Stavern and Joe Joyce. I got to cover that fight. Then the Gail Eubank, take a little nap, and then get back up tonight and cover the fights. Busy night. So obviously, you know, we had some issues on the channel this week. You know what? But it's over now. It's a past. This guy right here, this reporter, he ain't no joke. This big guy right here, he was really angry. The one in the blue shirt. You know? Oh yeah, no, they claim I'm. Of course they saying I'm mental health. Like, I'm loving it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. No. Oh yeah, the Showtime card is at 3:45. I'm kind of pissed because they're not showing Lee Selby, and Omar Douglas should be in the ring right now. Should be in the ring. Yeah, oh yeah, you'd be surprised. See, that's what happened. Like when I put my business out there last year, several years ago, people try to use that shit against you. Like, oh, he's mental health. That's because they never seen somebody like him. Oh yeah, Brandon Rios. I forgot all about his fight. Presentation open when I hit record. I don't know what I was thinking. This is not the live stream presentation. This is the preset for regular videos. So that's why it's looking all janky like this. So copy, paste. Oh damn it! Copy and paste the wrong one. Hold on. 1 minute. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh. Okay, so copy. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I apologize. Don't worry. We're going to work out the kinks. So, oh, yeah, no, I'm doing a video. I did a video on a Smollett situation. It's a whole hour long. All right, here we go. So that should be cool. All right, let's revisit this. This is timeless right here. This is some timeless shit right here. He's a whole fucking asshole, R. Kelly. Hold up. Okay, ready? Remember Jerry Sandusky? Like when they was asking him about like if he liked little kids and he just wouldn't say no? Same shit with R. Kelly, but he just did it before.
You know, wondering about you. Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Girls who are teenagers.
You saw he looked at him?
19?
You know, wondering about you. Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Girls who are teenagers.
Motherfucker, do you like teenagers?
19 and younger.
I have some 19-year-old friends, but I don't like anybody illegal if that's what we're talking about, underage.
Book him. Book him, Dana. Book him. You fucking asshole. Book him. Book him. Book him. Yeah, but no, ain't no motherfucking book him.
Wondering about you. Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Girls who are teenagers.
19?
19 and younger.
I have some 19-year-old friends, but I don't like anybody illegal if that's what we're talking about, underage.
Some people think that you like underage girls. What do you say to that?
Well, those people that don't
Yeah, Mark,
know
we
about
watching you,
they
Mark.
don't know me.
We watching you.
So I usually don't get into what people think about me, you know, because all my career, you know, even before the trial, people have had their opinions about Robert, you know, and that's probably because it has a lot to do with me. I kind of shy away from the crowd, you know, because I'm always in the studio, digging deep into the basement all the time.
Motherfucker. Yeah, UK is fucked up. Don't get me started on them and Jimmy Savile. But let's listen to this guy now. This is R. Kelly's lore. We're going to watch this for the last time because we got to go. How long is this stream? How long we been live? How long we been live? How long we been live? Nice. Nice. This is perfect timing. All right. So, yeah, let's get through this guy. This one reporter, somebody say look like Michael Moore looking dude, is going to start getting at him. So this is R. Kelly's attorney. And already, like, you can tell he's strong because he's holding his ground, but already people don't like him. No, I'm not going live for the Gale fight. I'm covering the fight. I'm not going live for it.
Afternoon, everybody. What a lovely way to spend a Saturday afternoon, right? So we're very happy with the bond that the judge said. I think it's
That's her leaving.
fair and reasonable given the allegations. We hope that Mr. Kelly's able to get the money together.
The lawyer was calling her a liar.
Sometime today or over the weekend, and he'll be released. We're going to see the chief judge on Monday. For those of you who are from out of town, the way cases work here is you go to bond court, then the case is assigned to the chief judge, which is actually the room just over there, and he then assigns the case to a trial courtroom upstairs in this building in our courthouse, which was actually built for Al Capone.
It's FS1.
When he was charged years ago. In any event, so we'll get our judge on Monday.
Let me check now.
After we get assigned to a judge, we'll get what they call discovery, copies of police reports, video if it exists, lab reports and so forth. Might happen Monday. Sometimes it takes a little while to get that stuff. Sometimes it takes a long time to get that.
Hold on, let me check, man. Damn.
And then we'll be in a better position to evaluate the evidence. You know, right now he's presumed innocent. We haven't seen any reason to believe that these allegations are credible. I heard about them. I heard about sort of the narrative of them for the first time today, the same time all of you did.
Shit.
And
PBC on Fox is 10 p.m. Fox Sports 1.
There certainly are problems with the cases. One lady coming forward, you know, decade plus later, claiming she had non-consensual sex, no outcry, nothing like that, and the things we look for in these cases. But we'll wait and see what the evidence is. We'll evaluate the evidence. We're putting together a team of attorneys to defend him. One of them is camera shy, Steve Fine. He's in the back over there, and we'll start fighting the charges. you know, when I first met Mr. Kelly, it was because there have been problems. This is someone who should be wealthy at this stage of his career. And through mismanagement and through people hangers on and bad contracts and bad deals and bad leases like he had in his studio, he really doesn't have any money at this point. I don't even think he owns the rights to I Believe I Could Fly.
Oh my God. So let me pause right here. Y'all know R. Kelly can't read.
Yes, I think he'll be able to come up with the money for bond.
He broke.
Saturday, it's a little bit difficult. You've got to get a bank. You've got to get $100,000. But hopefully he gets.
R. Kelly, so basically, like, it's been known for quite some time that he can't read. And he's one of those R&B stars that was doing all this dumb shit, sleeping with young girls, and you can't read, and now everybody robbed him. He illiterate. Yeah, he been illiterate. That's been known for a long time. A lot of talented people are illiterate, believe it or not. But when you're in that type of business that you're in with music, that's the last thing you need to do is be illiterate. In any type of entertainment business, like, he don't own no rights to none of his shit. He don't own no rights to none of his shit. No, he can get his hands on 100K, but it's going to be difficult. And the thing is, the problem is, he's not marketable anymore because nobody wants to play his songs, and his label dropped him. That's the problem. So he's got to do independent work for singing at these small ass events, but it don't be enough. And also, he's got a bad reputation for showing up late to shit. He sold all the rights. That's why he broke. He had, you know, and the thing is, it's like I can never understand the psyche of, like, you know, me personally. I like older women. You know, that's my shit. And I like, you know, thick girls. You know, that's my shit. But, like, I can never understand, like, 19-year-olds, they just look stupid to me. Like they just look stupid. And 19-year-olds, they don't even have, like, their real body yet. As they call it in college, the freshman 15, they ain't even gained a freshman 15 pounds yet. They got them skinny ass legs. Like him, he just like weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But I'm not supposed to get it. You know? I'm not supposed to get it. The shit is just weird, man. He hired all his boys to do his paperwork who didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, probably. That's how it usually is. You know, and then they're quick to give you advances. Like, oh yeah, take this, take this, take this, take this. But, you know, that money come back and now he can't make no music. Like, everywhere he go, like, they was boycotting that shit. They was flying all over the country. What is it? Mute R. Kelly. They was flying everywhere. That's what he get. Like, you know, and he kept doing it. He kept doing it. Like, and then it's like, you a deviant too. You pissing and spitting on little girls. Like, cause if you 16, like, remember when you were 16 and you used to be trying to smash the other little 16-year-old chicks and shit, and 15 and 14. Remember that when we was all that age? But now look back and look how young they look. They were little girls. We were little kids. Like, and he's smashing them. This old 50-year-old nigga is smashing them. What the fuck is wrong with him? But yeah, they're about to start getting at his lawyer. Because, see, here's the thing. To pick up that case, you know, you got to be hard. He got to know that everybody's going to be coming at him. This lawyer right here, he's got to know everybody's going to be coming at him. So he got to be tough. He got to be tough. Did I click play? There we are. Oh, click the pause.
People are working on that. Now, we don't have, for the out-of-town media, you're one of, for the out-of-town media, we don't have bail bondsmen in Illinois. In Illinois, they got rid of bail bondsmen back in the 60s. Everyone can guess why they did that. So here, a bond is set. So the judge set bond at $1 million. And he knows when he sets that Mr. Kelly has to post 10% of that amount. So essentially, it's a $100,000 bond, which is exceedingly reasonable given these allegations.
So you're saying, despite our Kelly's saying he doesn't have $100,000?
I haven't heard about Kraft yet. I heard about it, but I haven't researched it.
Sitting in the bank, sitting in a shoebox, sitting anywhere. No.
Mr. Greenberg, I reported Thursday for the New Yorker.
Listen to this.
A sitting grand jury in the Southern District that is issuing subpoenas. The 25-member Homeland Security.
Are you the former record guy?
I'm the one you ignore. My name is Jim DeRogatis.
Okay.
There's a 25-member squad in Homeland Security investigating violations of the Mann Act and sex trafficking. And I hear Paul Howard is about to have a press conference soon about indictments in Atlanta. All of these people talking to all these investigators, they're all liars. I just want to make sure I got that right, because that's what you've been saying.
I am not aware of any federal grand juries that are looking into Mr. Kelly. Federal grand jury investigations are supposed to be secret.
So was this?
So, well, it was supposed to be secret. So you've got better sources than I have. I'm not aware of anything in Atlanta. If they make allegations, we'll address the allegations. You know, he's presumed innocent. He's entitled to that presumption, not to be tried in the media, to have his day in court.
So you don't know anything about any other investigations?
I'm unaware of any other investigations. I haven't been contacted by any prosecutors from any jurisdiction anywhere. I haven't been contacted by any attorneys saying that they're representing a witness who's received a grand jury subpoena, anything like that.
I can tell you your name later.
Steve, it's part of your strategy that this is illegitimate. Tell me a bit more about that.
Well, certainly we know one of the allegations apparently involves the same alleged victim as the earlier case. I wasn't involved in the earlier case. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to have to make a determination. Is it the same incident? Is it a different incident? It's not just a question of is it the same tape or is it a different tape. It's a little bit deeper than that. We'll look at the evidence, we'll evaluate it, and we'll make that determination. I have not seen that tape. I only know what you guys know about it.
Are you here to argue that it was not consensual or that it just didn't happen?
I'm not sure exactly what our defenses are going to be. Each case is different. There's 4 different factual scenarios. We're going to look
You
at.
said they were all liars yesterday, so I mean, that would indicate it didn't happen.
Well,
Can you look this way? Can you
I'm
say what your answer?
Sure. So you want to repeat your question? So
Yesterday you called the accused
Listen.
liars, so that would indicate that the events did not happen.
no, that wouldn't necessarily indicate events didn't happen. That would indicate that they weren't criminals. So, for instance, we heard today about some lady who says that he went there for a haircut and forced her to give him oral sex. That may have been a consensual encounter. I don't know. I haven't seen the evidence on that. That's why we don't. That's why
Well,
in
if the
that's
victim's
why.
not 14, it can't be consensual.
Well, that's why I haven't seen any evidence of any 14-year-old victim. There's an allegation of a 14-year-old victim. I haven't seen any evidence of it. So that's why we have a process. That's why we have a charge, and we have a prosecutor, we have a defense attorney, we have a judge, and we have a jury, and we look at the evidence, and we figure out what we're going to do. And that's what we do.
Is he going to be here on Monday? If he,
He has to be at every court date.
So he will when you meet with the
Yeah, he has to be at every single court date. Yes.
including Monday.
Yes. Yeah, Monday's a very important date because who your judge is one of the most important things that happens in your case, as everyone knows.
Frame of mind. I mean, these are far broader charges than he faced from the 2002 arrest. You had 4 alleged victims here. You heard some of the detail in court, the pretty damning stuff. The docuseries is out there. I mean, he's been dogged by this kind of stuff for almost 20 years. What's his move?
Well, I mean, obviously,
He's kind of facing felonies here.
he's upset. It's obviously more difficult because there's 4 separate cases, and last time there was only 1 case. But each case is different, and we'll address them as they come along. But he's devastated. Here is someone who at one point was a huge star, and now he's sitting behind bars. Even if it's just for a day, he's got these accusations. He's not going to be able to tour. And people, unfortunately, there's this whole hashtag movement. Just because someone says something now,
Mute R. Kelly.
and it's 2019, it doesn't make them credible. And just because they said something now and they haven't said something in a long time, it doesn't necessarily make them incredible. We have to look at the evidence. We have to look at what happened. I know on one of the cases, there are a number of interviews where the young lady says, I lied about how old I was. I lied to him about how old I was, and then recently said, oh no, I lied about lying about how old he was. We'll have to look at it.
Showed him the ID, the fake ID, then showed him the real ID. Don't misquote a victim, Mr. Greenberg. Don't misquote a victim. That's not what she said.
Well,
she initially lied to him, then she showed him a state ID. She was here today. Did you see her in tears while the charges were read?
So you have a book coming out, and
Yeah, it's
I
got
hope you
facts in
sell.
it.
I hope you sell lots of books.
I don't give a fuck about selling a single book. I've talked to that woman, and I've talked to...
Whoa, that guy's pissed.
I'm not Mr. Abnadi, and I'm not you.
Okay, so let's try and keep it professional, and don't swear at me.
Cried in court a liar.
Well, just because they cried doesn't make them truthful. I said we're going to look at the evidence, okay? We'll look at the evidence, and we'll look at the evidence. Let's keep it. Let's watch the swearing, okay?
No, cuss some more, damn it.
As being legal or not criminal. Did you also defend his character? What do you have to say about R. Kelly's character?
Well, if these allegations
y'all want to do a watch party?
Proven to not be true, and these were
hey, I thought of something.
Encounters, certainly the encounters on some of
Hold
the
up, let me
charges.
pause this. Where's my mouse cruiser?
You know, we shouldn't be second guessing someone's sex life. I mean, frankly, there's been.
Hey, I thought about something. What if we do a watch party? Like, what if I just sit right here and just watch the fights here? I mean, obviously, we can't stream them, you know. Because Bermain Stavern is going to be taking on Joe Joyce. Bermain Stavern is about in an hour. They're going to be stepping in the ring. Maybe a little less. About 40 minutes, they're going to be stepping into the ring. Nah, we're not going to do that yet. That's later on down the line. Where's my watch? I was wondering why I was wearing my watch. Wow. Got a new girlfriend, man. She's fucking awesome. But anyway, let's get through this first. Let's get through this first. Let's get through this first. Yeah, R. Kelly gonna get his ass booked. He's finished. Hold up. What is going on with this, man?
Been a lot of talk about how he has these hostages in his house. They were here in court today, these two young ladies. They were with him yesterday walking in front of the media. The police have been by to see them. The police have interviewed them. They interviewed them in Atlanta. They interviewed them in Chicago. They didn't say they were hostages at all, but people keep saying these people are hostages. We're going to wait. We're going to see what the evidence is. He's entitled to a presumption of innocence. We'll evaluate all the evidence. I'm sure we'll have some conversations with the prosecutors, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do.
Hold on. I don't know why this shit is all slow like this.
What we're going to do, what's going to happen on any case. It may be that two of the cases resolve themselves and two of the cases go to trial. It might be all four go to trial. It might be that all four resolve themselves. There's too many moving parts to be able to say anything one way or the other.
Is his character part of his defense? And if so, how would you...
Well, character is not, in Illinois, you can't introduce character evidence except for truthfulness. So, for instance, to take an example of somebody's on trial for bank robbery, and if they have 3 prior bank robberies, you can't say, well, his character is he's a bank robber. You know, he's done it before. So you can't say that. So his character is really not at issue here. A jury's not going to hear about his character. They're going to hear about the facts of the case. They're going to hear the evidence, and they're going to evaluate it.
Oh, let's get through this, because I got to get to boxing.
He has to attend each and every court date. That's an absolute requirement.
Let's get through this.
No, I want to say, and I don't know if I've ever said this before, I want to compliment the Chicago Police Department for the way they treated him last night. They were very professional. The sheriff's office.
Hey, that little kid back there is unattended.
Obviously, they have concerns if something happens to him while he's in custody. It would be a problem for them. But they held him separately in a separate cell, and then they took him back after court today. Okay? One more question.
Are you aware whether you're getting cooperation, whether the victim on the videotape is cooperating with prosecutors? If she is the victim from the 2008 trial, she was not helpful to the prosecution. Do you know if
I would assume that who's ever on the tape, or whoever they think is on the tape, someone is saying it's them on the tape, or they wouldn't bring those charges. I think that's a fair assumption. I know from the earlier trial that the alleged young lady and her parents all testified under oath that it was not her on the tape. Okay. I heard what you heard. So I heard what I heard.
I don't think he's beating this one either.
I hope so.
How do you respond to the DNA evidence?
Well, the DNA evidence is on the 2009-2010 allegations. They didn't say that there was positive DNA. They're in the process of doing the testing. The only other DNA evidence was from the young lady who claimed that she performed oral sex on him. She was an adult at the time, and she said nothing, as far as I can tell, about that encounter until very recently, although it was some 15 or 20 years ago.
Steve, if R. Kelly doesn't have $100,000 to bond out, bail out of jail, how is he paying you? What arrangements are you guys making?
That's none of your business.
Ooh.
Pro bono, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, she kept some.
Did he force them to have sex? Yes. He did not force anyone to have sex. He doesn't have. He's a rock star. He doesn't have to have non-consensual sex. He's a music.
He's a rock star. You know, what happened? Did it cut off again? I don't know what it is with this stream. It's been crashing my PC. But anyway, let's let this finish playing, and then we really got to go soon. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this and why I keep freezing up on me. It's not me. Well, let's go over here. Let's go back here then and talk until they get their shit together over there. But anyway, no, shout out to this Fox 46 in Charlotte. So as I've been hinting at for months and months and months, I've been having a calling to cover other things, you know. And this is just the beginning. You have no idea what we're going to be doing around here. But of course, my heart is always going to be in boxing. But in regards to what you guys call, I hate to say it, but what you guys call trash fights, I love those type of fights. But I'm going to replace that content with content like this and more, you know, creative content. You know, I'm going to start branching out. I want to start going to other media events. Like I really dropped the ball with the Cosby case. I could have went to all of that. I would have been camping out there. I would have definitely been camping out. That's easy work compared to like chasing fighters around trying to get interviews, you know. Fuck that. I'm going to start creating my own.
2019
oh, wait, hold up.
is not a repeat of 2008, and the trial and these very serious
Oh, he
charges
back?
is not rigged. Anything else?
Michael, you were talking about the witness tampering from 2008. I know you said you had a lot of evidence.
Oh, this is new. They're back. No, he left. I saw him leave.
I don't think it's possible to retry that case, but I think
This is the part we missed earlier.
It is possible that there may be obstruction of justice charges ultimately brought against Mr. Kelly.
Fuck, we gotta go.
Certain of his enablers, handlers, managers, attorneys, and the like. He was not able to accomplish this on his own. He had a lot of people that assisted him, and they did so for one reason, and it's a disgusting reason. It was all done in the interest of money, to make sure that the golden goose was not killed, and effectively that each of these people, these managers, agents, attorneys, and others, continued to get their payday while
Heard
they
this
looked
already.
the other way, while this predator molested and sexually abused underage girls. And it's absolutely disgusting to do that, let alone in the
Hold on, I'm
interest
looking
of
for
money.
something.
One more question. Thank you.
Hold on, I'm looking for something. One minute. I'm looking for something important. 1 minute. I need a timestamp. Fuck. Okay, well, we're just going to stop it right there. Pause it right there. So, you know, I kind of understood that, especially with all the stuff that's been going on this week on the channel. Trust me, listen, nothing's wrong with T Street. T Street is not mentally ill. Well, I do have post-traumatic stress disorder, but I'm not. I like playing games. I like to troll. It's hard. I can't. I'm really good at it to the point where people think I'd be serious, you know? So I'm backing off of that type of content. I just had to make sure it was known that people know who I am. Simple as that. So in regards to our future in combat sports, we're always going to be covering combat sports. I started a whole media company. I can't just give up. But now I'm just not going to be breaking my back. I'm just not going to be breaking my back covering boxing. I'm not going to be breaking my back no more like I was, especially for low-level fights, especially when look who our competition is. These guys, you know, look at this, you know, come on. Come on. So, thank you guys. It is 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, February 23rd, 2019. Showtime card is starting at, let me make sure, I believe it's 3:45. Let me make sure. Let me pull it up. Yeah, 3:45, James DeGale versus Chris Eubank Jr. I believe right now Omar Douglas and Lee Selby should be in the ring. I did a weigh-in. I want to watch that fight. I'm going to have to catch it later. You better doing what you feel like. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I feel like this has been my calling. Like I've reached a cap in boxing. Like I've done, I know y'all may say, well, you know, he's not getting to this event and that and that. But for me when I was like the fact that we covered everything, we provided full coverage for Mayweather versus McGregor, and I didn't even step in the building. I didn't even have to step in the building. Literally, we had somebody at the fight under a shield company. Crazy. Crazy. Like, so for me, like, I love boxing and I love, you know, but the sky's the limit. I have the versatility to cover other things. And I realized that my competition, from what I'm seeing, they don't. So I have the upper hand. So let me get the boxing. This is what's happening. I'm going to cover the Eubank versus, well, I'm going to cover Joe Joyce versus Bemain Stavern. That's going to be my next video. I also did a Jussie Smollett video. It is an hour long, but let me tell you. Wait till y'all see it. So what I'm doing is when we do content like this, to try to keep things even and not alienate the boxing and combat sports fans, I have to do something like 2 T Street Uncut videos, something like this, and then do like 3 boxing videos and like kind of keep it like, you know, moving around like that. But I'm not saying it's not going to be some times when it may be a whole bunch of T Street Uncut videos and not enough boxing videos. But trust me, it's a one-man band over here. Like, I be having to research all that stuff all day, every day. I'm watching fights and interviews. I just don't be sitting here, motherfucking playing video games, beating my dick. Like, I be really having like to like watch all these interviews and fights and read all this shit, scrolling all these tweets and everything. That's why my information is legitimate. How do y'all think this information? Where do y'all think this information comes from? Y'all think I just get up here and I just start talking? Yes, the merchandise store. My colleague, Mike, he's moving house, as they call over in the UK. So the merch store, it's here. I'll take you through a little quick walkthrough while we're here. It's here. So it's a lot on my plate, man. And then next week, I'm going to be a father. Well, I'm already been a father, but my daughter, I'm going to be having her. So I got to take her to the zoo and all that's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So tomorrow is my last day in supervised visitation. So yeah, the store is here. I be having so much on my plate. We are going to be giving out a lot of stuff. All the moderators, I'm sending y'all stuff. I'm going to break the bank. Also, all of us, you know, the team, we're getting coupon codes to where how's it going to work is we're going to have codes. So all we're going to have to do is just go and put the codes in and get our shit. You know? So it's here. This one right here. I can't wait because I'm getting tatted up. So I got to start wearing t-shirts. This right here, I'm loving this though. But this is all the beginning stuff with the prototype stuff. This store is not even, you know, like the finished product. It's not. Like, remember when I first started using this platform, it wasn't clean. The picture quality was all fucked up. This is still not even, you know, where I want it to be. But, you know, we're getting there. But yeah, I'm loving this right here. I'm loving these. But yeah, we got y'all. We got y'all. We're going to be giving out a whole bunch of stuff. So, like I was saying, the most important thing for me, I got 10 minutes to chew the fat. I'm done. I cooked and cleaned already. So, my routine, I know I'm jumping all over the place. My routine for Saturdays is, like, I get all my cooking and running around out of the way early in the day. So, from 2 p.m. all the way until, like, tomorrow, I literally have nothing to do. So, anyway, to get back to what I was saying. hopefully the courts understand my situation. I'm like, listen, I got a business to run. You know, my business has been slacking for like 3 years because of this goddamn health and this custody case. I really just want to be in the house. I want to be here all day, every day, leaving out with my girl and everything, go take my daughter out. But I want to do this, and it's hard. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, if I didn't spend so much energy and time on that custody case, where would I have been? All over a bitter, angry woman. All over a bitter, angry woman. But you know what? Like, I've gotten to a point, like, in life, like, my head is the clearest it's ever been. Don't get me wrong. I know people think I'm crazy and everything like that, but I prefer the term eccentric. And also, I'm not flight. I've always been fight. And as Floyd Mayweather says, I love being brash and outspoken, right? I literally use, you wouldn't get it. You guys don't get it. But seriously, I got to go. So getting back to telling you what's going on, what's coming on. Showtime 3:45 tonight. PBC on Fox Sports 1. It's that's at 10 p.m. Eastern. You know, so today is for me. Obviously, it's a busy day of boxing, but for hardcore fans. Oh, and Brandon Rios fight. Let me check that now. When does that come on? It's still in Mexico. What are you doing? I want to cover that. So I'm gonna take a little small nap after the Gail Eubank card. Live worldwide. 7 p.m. I'm gonna cover both of these tonight. It's gonna be war. Let me see if they got any original content. Just a little skim through. I was trying to talk to John Skipper, but fucking goddamn shit, man, I had to leave. Like, one thing I like about the Zone, y'all can call me whatever y'all want, but they've been really, really cool with letting us use their content. Don't get me wrong, we've been responsible. You know, we've been responsible making sure we don't disrespect. Like, they promos, like sometimes Showtime, they be on some, like, Top Rank has been really cool lately too. You know, but Showtime, like, it's not them, it's their bots. It's the company that they use. Here I am, damn, I'm not gonna be able to take a break. I better have to go right in the cover and fights. The company that they use, the anti-piracy company, it picks up on the algorithms and codes in the videos or the clips. It's some type of codes or whatever. I don't know the exact terminology, but it picks up on it and automatically your videos get either, flagged or blocked. So I've been at war with them. And also, look at this. Check this out. We got some good news. Check this out. We got some good news. Here, I'll show it to you. Oh, the chat's going to be over it. Well, you don't know what this means, but we're going to be monetized again soon, guys. Hey, Super Chat's coming back. We're going to be monetized again soon. So that's why I've been having to get out cleaner content and, like, stop using as much music until we get partnership again. That's how it works. But hey, yeah. So we're under review. Where was I at? Oh, moved the wrong screen. So yeah, business is about to pick up right on time. Right for Spence Garcia. Right for Spence Garcia. So, I was like, we can bullshit around for like those 2 months. We did really good in September, October, and November. And rolling into December. So now, things are really falling into plan. That's why I've been in such great moods lately. And, been just giving everybody that smoke. They've been wanting to smoke. I mean, I guess they thought I was going to not say nothing. But all right, seriously, what about Sky Sports? What they have been like? Oh, no. Last night, that was, they took the video down last night because you can't let an extended, that's a good block. That was a full legitimate block. It was a point in time where I let the AJ Joshua clip, the Joshua Povetkin clip play without the starting soon over it, so it wasn't transformative. But stuff like that, I would rather them much monetize the video than like to block it. But, at least they're not giving out copyright strikes, right? So that's more of a bot thing. It wasn't really, so, I'm uploading that video. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to make sure today was all about boxing. So I'm gonna upload that fan and shit tomorrow. I'm gonna upload all that shit. Don't get me wrong. I can see it. Y'all can't see it. See, I can show y'all now. I'm gonna show you just a little clip just to show you that's still here. It's blocked on y'all end, but not on mine. So I downloaded it and put it in my secret cloud files. I didn't mean to come at him like that. I thought he had a sense of humor. What the hell? Yeah, it's right here. See, it's blocked worldwide because of the Sky Sports.
Down 3-1.
I'm not gonna show you the clip. I gotta go.
Yeah.
So the music be cool. I know what songs to pick that won't get blocked. Doesn't mean I can make any money off of it, but it just, like, truth be told, I play the music for you guys. Truth be told, like to give y'all something to listen to while I'm gathering the motherfucking shit. Hold on, where's he at? Oh, this guy, my man Fred. Oh, I'm new media now. Yeah, I didn't know he was going to be all pissed off, man. I thought he was going like, you know. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones comes back in April. I'm here now. Let's get the smoke.
Talk about what?
What do you want to talk about, LDBC?
I don't give a fuck about
hey,
talking to you.
Okay, well, let's talk about Joshua, right? Let's talk about Joshua. Let's talk about Wilder. Let's talk about the 50 million. Don't act like you don't want to talk, nigga. We here now on my channel, on my brand. Hey, Fannin, how are you? I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Y'all gotta wait for the footage. Y'all gotta wait for the footage. I'm not gonna show it to y'all. I'll see y'all after. I gotta cover Bemain Stavern and Joe Joyce and Bemain Stavern. Y'all gotta wait for the footage.